Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Little Looters Present episode. I have with me Finnegan.
Oh, hey, it's me, Finnegan. Yeah. Took me a second. I was like, I knew you were going to throw something of the last time we were on the show. And what the hell was my name? It's been so long.
But this is the great Russ Moore. If you haven't checked out a show, Dumbgeons and Dragons, what are you doing? Here's your chance. We're going to play you an episode right now. Russ, how's it going, man? Tell us a little bit about what we're going to listen to today.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me, Drew. What are we going to listen to today? So, Dumbgeons and Dragons, when you come over and listen to us, we've got 2 campaigns going on over there. And this is the start of the second campaign, which is entirely disconnected from the first campaign. So, there's that to go listen to. But this is our start at doing our own world. We start in the town of Wintersmith, which is something we created. We've got a little musical number off the top here. We're playing all new characters. And by we, I mean I like to start all new campaigns at like a level 0, like where they're in the town, they know they can do things, but like they're not adventurers.
Yeah.
So everything's very low stakes. There's like a business association that's going on.
Yeah.
Like there's corruption in the city that, very much like real life. Art imitates life. That's what we have going on over there. So this season, we like to equate it to like a little bit Robin Hood, a little bit Office Space, and a whole lot of fun because my friends Amy, Carla, Tom, and Kyle all are wonderful, and we have a great time improvising, and we hope that you will enjoy the show.
Carla came also with Finnegan on our little crossover episode. I appreciate the build-up, the tier leveling of adventure. I feel like there's a lot of times it's just kind of like, all right, before you even know who these people are or care about them, they're just fighting a big dragon or something like that.
That's it. Or
and
it's a big brawl in the tavern, and there's in action.
It's fun.
It's great.
Yeah.
But let's get to know these people. Let's care about them.
Like a real slice of life.
Exactly, which is a lot of the feedback that we get. People appreciate that we're taking the time, getting to know everybody, so that once things do start to happen later in this season and into the next,
and they definitely do.
Yes. It ends on a pretty big attack of sorts. Won't give any spoilers there, but you care, and that we build out this world in season 4, we get into it. We've built a generational world too, which sometimes you lose sight on in a fantasy genre. So there's parents that come into play. There's kid. Amy, my wife, plays a child, an orphan child, and she looks after all these other children. So there's that aspect to it. There's a lot of things happening, I think, is what I'm getting at. Come for laughs. Stay for all of us goofballs who try and make you cry every now and again.
Yeah. And I love how other players will just jump in and voice an NPC at times too, and it really feels like a group telling a story together. It's very not your typical D&D. It's got a little bit more narrative depth to it.
If there's anything that we could sum it up as, we're not your typical D&D. There's not a lot of dice rolling. So if you're coming for dice rolling, I apologize. We don't do a lot of that. We're trying.
Just bring your own dice and
every now and again, every time I tell them to do something, just roll it for them.
Just roll it.
And assume that it's the outcome was whatever happened after that. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Russ. Oh, I had to update you. I don't know if you remember Tobert.
Yes, of course.
Who was in that episode. Yeah. I think he's just literally still in the brig of Sky, at this moment. We have not done anything with Tobert.
Amazing. Well, hopefully they've been getting Tobert some rations of some sort.
Yeah, I'm sure Sam was on that or something.
Yeah, so somebody take care of it. Okay, well, next time I come on for reals, maybe we got to check in on Tobert. Mission Tobert. That's what we'll have to.
He has children. We did establish that.
Oh my God. Do his children get to visit? No, we're not getting into Tobert. Go listen to Dumbgeons.
He's fine. Yeah. All right. Enjoy this episode of Dumbgeons and Dragons, starting at season 3, episode 1. Catch you later.
Bye. Wintersmouth, a divided village, kind of shaped like a big penis. Wintersmouth, full of burnt out people, waking up to say,
Hey!
Out of the way!
You buying this or what?
there goes dear Bonwin, she is the best blacksmith this side of the Me Mountains. A unique skill with finesse, the only dwarf that's left in the city of high taxes. Good morning, Bonwin.
Good morning, Nessa.
Where are you off to today?
The docks. Fresh shipment of Estrelin. Have an order to finish by the end of the week.
That's nice. Harriet, easy there. Calm down. Look, there's Kevlarin. He's in over his head, checking up on city corruption.
He was sent here from Kingstown.
Cause the books are all bogged down.
No denying he'll be gone real soon, that Kev. Hey, you!
You there!
She stole a baguette.
Hey, you!
Stop thief!
Somebody help!
Where are my eggs?
That's too expensive.
The town is going to give me an ulcer.
Kevlarin.
Oh, good morning, Bench. What do you have on tap today?
At the Brood Awakening?
That's where we are, aren't we? The gastropub, the Brood Awakening?
Not since yesterday, my friend.
Wait, what do you mean?
Mayor Knops came and shut us down, said we didn't pay our taxes.
That doesn't make any sense. From what I saw in the books, you were all squared up.
I think you could put in a good word for me, your good old pal Bench.
I mean...
Please, Kev.
I'll see what I can do. I can't make any promises, though.
Look, there she goes. The thief is robbing my cart. I wonder when the guard will catch her. With her grubby torn-up look. And her friends up in that rook. Won't someone stop that crook? Halligan!
Oh, isn't this amazing? It's my favorite part because you'll see. Here's where the guard comes hauling ass, that is, to catch sweet little me.
Somebody get her!
Hey, stop there!
Oh, where'd she go?
Look, there they go, the new team from Dumbgeons. A most peculiar intro, yes.
It's a pity and a sin.
That they don't quite fit in.
Cause I really am a funny girl.
A persistent and a funny guy.
Can't catch me, I'm a funny guy.
Dumbgeons and Dragons. Fuck it, let's play. We hear a cluster of footsteps as a group of guards are chasing down an alleyway after you, Aladdin. You've been nimbly moving through the crowd after picking up a baguette from the bakery down the street. Amy, describe for us what Aladdin looks like to paint us a picture of this new and exciting character that you have.
All right. Well, Aladdin is a young female half elf. And she is pretty skinny and scrawny. She's a street kid. She's got short red hair, which she's cut herself, so it's patchy. It's patchy, man. She's got green eyes, pale skin, and is pretty raggedy Ann. She's a
doll.
A scrappy. Yeah. She's a doll. She's an absolute sweetheart. And she's quick. She is moving along. She knows these back streets and the alleyways like the back of her hand. So, which is where she's got a scar of a bite mark where her best friend Tally bit her when she was younger. And clanging beside her is this, it is like sand castle bucket type size of a pail that she's got a piece of leather strapped around its handle, and she's kind of wearing it like a like a purse side satchel, and it's what she carries a lot of her things in. So she's got the baguette tucked in there, and then also up into her little vest to keep it from bouncing around as she is hurtling over garbage cans and puddles.
You're running down in a way. The sound of the city guards are getting farther and farther.
Get her!
Get her!
She
Stop!
goes.
Come on, get her. She's not that fast.
You're looking over your shoulder just to make sure that you've in fact lost them before tucking down another alleyway that's going to lead you back home. When as you round this corner, you thud straight into the chest of a city guard who is very familiar to you. You thud straight into the chest of Sergeant Dace. And you look up and you see the gold gleaming armor in front of you, and he is scowling down and reaches for the baguette.
I'm so fast.
Make- You gotta roll for this. This is a game. You can't just say.
All right. I'm going to use computer dice.
Will this roll set the tone for the entire season? Who knows?
Oh, hard
This
to
is
say.
the first roll.
And it's
First
on the
roll,
computer.
first roll,
Oh, I don't
first
like it.
roll.
Do you want dice?
Yes, give me dice.
Here is a set of dice.
Do.
Tom made this so high stakes.
I know.
Yeah.
You
Are we gonna
bitch.
break the streak? You only get your first roll once, so.
That's right.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm rolling for like a real good dodge.
Okay.
Like a swipe and like a like a
Okay, so
jumping back a little bit.
I feel like that's acrobatics. That's
Acrobatics.
a dexterity kind of vibe.
Yeah.
He's reaching for the baguette, and you're trying to back up.
Okay. Here we go, you guys.
No pressure.
I'm
Drum
so
roll,
nervous.
please.
This is all Tom's fault.
You got this. You totally got this.
Oh. Well, it's a 14. So that's not that bad.
That's great.
totally fine
That's a
roll.
good
That's
above
like a
average
top
roll.
70% roll.
That is my age. So
Yeah, we didn't say, but
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
you're a kid.
I'm a
Yep.
youngin', 14 years young, which is true.
That's 14 with your modifier?
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
Perfect. So 13 plus 1. Contested, he's going to try and grab you and does not. So he swipes his big paw down at you. You dodge back and he says, Aladdin, a strike 2 this week.
Who's keeping track?
I am.
You have nothing better to do than to keep track?
Yeah, no, that's all I've got to do is keep track of you, because every time I turn a corner, someone's screaming, hey, Aladdin's stolen something.
Sounds like a real crappy job. Who'd you make mad to get this job?
He just
Listen.
glares at you.
Listen, it's one baguette. I had seen the baker drop it on the ground. He was just going to chuck it out anyway. He just has a grudge against me because of that one time I knocked over that sack of flour.
He takes a step towards you.
I take a step back.
You've got one more chance, and then you're going in the blocks for a week.
All right. One more chance this week, right? It's like a good, 3 shots a week, you know?
Look, Aladdin, I don't think they're going to give you many more chances to stay out of this.
All right, I understand what you're saying.
You need to look me in the eye and tell me that you understand.
Aladdin scrunches up her face and looks up at him and goes, I get it. I won't get caught next time. And whoop, she zips by him and whoo, parkours down the down the alleyway.
Is that persuasion or deception that you tried to roll?
That's sarcasm.
So deception. Deception. So roll deception. You can get by him. He's not going to try and stop you.
Oh, that's a 16. Guys, I might be mid-teens this year. This decade.
The scene we fade out on there is you duck and weave beside Sergeant Dace, and he turns and watches you go and disappear. And as you round the corner that you're heading down, the rest of the city guard all come up behind him. And where? Which way did she go? Lost her.
Guys, I did it. I didn't
Roll
roll a
good
1.
dice rolls.
It's all happening.
It's happening for me.
Oh, happy days.
Happy day.
We'll be right
It's the middle. Hey friends, it's me, your Dungeon Master, Russ Moore. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. This is the part in the show where we normally tell you a little bit about us, what we have going on, what you can take advantage of. I mean, join us on Patreon. I mean, come listen to us first. You can find Dumbgeons and Dragons anywhere you listen to podcasts or at our website, dumbdragons.com. We are a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast. Do we play a lot of D&D? We play more than we roll. So we try and keep it light on rules. That fluctuates, obviously, episode to episode and season to season. The first 2 seasons are very much more traditional kind of vibe. What am I trying to say here? Season 3 is a great place to start. You're listening to the first episode. You're getting to know the characters with us. We dive deeper into the characters as the season goes on. It's a new story for us, a new world. Our listeners are helping us build this world, and it's a whole lot of fun to sit down and improvise with my friends every week. And you can come join us. Once you fall in love with us, which hopefully you do, no pressure. You can go back and listen to season 1 and season 2, which are just a beautiful, wonderful story, and we can't wait to share it with you. So again, we're Dumbgeons and Dragons. You can find us at dumbdragons.com, or just use the little keyboard and find Dumbgeons and Dragons in your podcast app of choice. We're everywhere. All right, we'll get you back to the episode. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you over on Dumbgeons and Dragons. We hear the sound of the rushing river, the river, that is, named after Colonel River, who fought a famous battle on it, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
There is a commemorative plaque, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point. But we are in the docks. There are many ships, all with different goods that have been coming up and through Vintersmith. Carla, we see Bonwin coming down onto the docks. She's expecting a shipment. Give us a description of Bonwin and what Bonwin's doing here.
Bonwin is a female dwarf. She is a blacksmith, and she is dressed as such basically always, so kind of real beat-up leather apron. She's kind of cling-clanging because she's got some tools in her tool belt and her pockets on that. Just sort of a like rough homespun shirt, leather pants. Like it's a dwarf finesse weapon creator PPE that she's kind of always wearing.
Love it.
She is, of course, quite short because dwarf. But she is also quite wide. Like she's a big lady. Curvy but large. She has really long dark hair, super curly, always up in like braids to try and keep it out of her way while she's doing her work. But she kind of always has like a little bit of a glow because she works somewhere very hot, rosy cheeks all the time, and that humidity from that forge gets that curly hair. So she's got some loose tendrils always kind of escaping.
Oh, I was going to say, it just sounds like she'd be a really good hugger.
I think she would be a really good hugger. She's strong, too. So it's like
A good squeeze.
get a good one. Yeah, good
I thought
hard
that was
but soft hug.
Yeah, important to
love
point
that.
out that she's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
hugger.
Yeah.
Love it.
And she is quite smiley and knows a lot of people as she's like traveling from the forge to the docks for her special metal shipment that's coming in.
You are walking down and you see the merchant who you regularly deal with unloading heavy crates from the ship known as the Sturdy Bowman.
Well, that's not a ridiculous ship name. What podcast are you doing right now?
And it doesn't start with a G even.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're starting a new show.
Russ is just picked a new letter.
Yeah, you haven't figured it out if it's an S or a B yet.
Son
Could
of
be
a bitch.
anything.
It's both.
The ship, the Sturdy Bowman, and the merchant that you're familiar with is Neldor
Is there
Parek.
Nell? We got a Nelly and a Neldor and a Nigel. Uh-oh, I
And a-
found the
and a
list. It's an
There's
N.
Nessa too.
Okay.
Now we know.
This is a different name than what I just said. Philvendor Parek. There we go. Not an N.
Phil
not a G.
Vendor?
Exactly, Phil.
Love it.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Phil Vendor. He doesn't have a last name. His name is Phil Vendor. You see Phil unloading heavy shipments of ore and minerals and everything off of his ship. He doesn't notice you immediately, but the closer you get, he catches your eye or you catch his eye, and he calls over to you and says, "Oh, hey, Bonwin, yeah, come on over.
Hey, Phil.
And then goes back to just directing people to different spots on the dock. He says, "It's great to see you. Oh, how have you been?"
You know, good. How about you? How was the trip?
Oh, the pirates really tried to get us on this one. Yeah,
But-
yeah.
It seems like you're
But
still full.
Yeah, little worse for wear up on the mast, so we've got to really just do a little fix up before we go back out. But we managed to keep them at bay. I know we had a piece of precious cargo here for you.
You do have something very precious. I've been waiting so long for this shipment of Estrel. This is, I need it for a really special order. So
Yeah. So we talked about the price, and you said it was okay.
yes,
So 80 gold should settle us up. It was a little bit larger than it was before. It went up just a little bit.
okay. Well, I mean that's not the price that we had discussed or agreed upon.
I'm aware. Additional concerns on the shipment. Everything was a little bit more difficult. But what did we discuss? Did we say 50 or did we say 60?
We said 60. And I
Okay,
mean, I
60.
understand pirate problems, but still that's sort of a captain problem, not really a customer
Yeah.
problem.
What I'd like, you're a repeat customer, so what I can do is I'll give it to you for the 60, and then maybe you can I can get something from you at another time.
Oh.
Like none of this Estral stuff, but like
Phil, I was going to say I'll take it for 70. And I can get you some iron work to help fix that mast if you want. I understand. Times are tough for everybody. I'm not trying to,
if you can help me fix that up, like within I don't. They're telling me it's going to take 2 weeks, but if you can help them do it a lot faster than that, then I can I'll give it to you for the 60.
Well, I've got Thane in the shop, and they do great, like kind of quick and dirty work, but it'll be super solid. That's I want you to keep coming back and keep bringing me this stuff I need. So
Yeah, it's a rough ride getting out to Estrandel. They really just upped all the pirates have really just upped their business in the region. Fucking river pirates, right?
You would think with all the soldiers coming in that this would be getting better, not worse. Weird that. Anyway. I'm not sure what they're doing over there on the other side of the river.
You and me both. Wish we had somebody to check in on. Anyway, that's not our problem. We're here. We're safe.
No.
Here's your shipment, and he points to a couple guys. They'll even help take it down to the shop for you because that's a heavy move. So they got you there, and anything you can do to help speed up the process to get me back out on the water, that'd be amazing.
Thane will take care of it. It's no problem. Yeah, we'll get you fixed up. And hey, thanks. I really appreciate it. I can't count on anyone else to bring this in for me.
Thank you, Bonwin. And he hears a big crash up on the ship. And he says, "What the hell is that? I gotta go. I'll see you later."
We'll see you later.
Phil runs back up on ship, and you, followed by 2 of his crewmen, head back out and towards the hot block. And as Phil runs up on the deck, we see over the river and into the noble region of Vintersmith. We follow our friend Kevlarin Goldweave, who's headed back towards the mayor's office to talk about the possible tax issues going on with the city, and his friend Bench Ripley, the proprietor of the gastropub, The Brood Awakening. Now, as you walk up the grandiose steps towards the mayor's office, Kevlarin walks past a large monument to the current mayor, Nigel Knops, which is a gold statue of himself right in the front entryway.
Classy.
Subtle.
Yep. You pause for a second, look at it, perhaps shake your head, and then move towards the big, huge double doors of this mayor's office.
They're big and huge?
They're big and huge.
Oh my
They're
God.
big and
Oh
huge,
my goodness.
right?
Are they also gold?
They have gold inlay. Like, it's not entirely gold. That would just...
Oh yeah, it's not ostentatious.
It's not ostentatious.
It's just gold inlay.
Tom, give us a description of Kevlarin as he is entering the mayor's office and where he's going, and perhaps even who he interacts with first once we get there.
Okay. Were there stairs? Because if there were, he's a little out of breath. Not like to the point where he's like gasping and wheezing or anything, but like a little color in the cheeks because he's a bit of a bigger fellow.
When I do say grandiose staircase, there are 50 stairs that you have
Perfect.
to walk up to.
Oh, winded, I guess.
Yeah.
Turns out he is a little out of breath after climbing those stairs and opening the gold inlay door. Kevlarin used to be pretty athletic, not so much these days. He's filled out quite a bit. There's a little bit of extra weight kicking around, some heft, if you will. He's about 5'8". He's got a full beard. He's very blonde, like kind of almost platinum blonde. Has a couple gold bands that are on his right wrist. Oh, and a shield and a mace, both strapped to his back.
Which is what all of the clerical workers carry in this world, is a shield and a mace.
You never know. Isn't he wearing some fancy pants?
He has some just generic adventuring pants on. Yes, he does.
Yeah. There was early talks of heavy bloomers, but then I think we moved past those pretty quickly.
Dialed that back a little
Yeah.
bit. In retrospect, it wasn't the best. He is rocking, what did we decide, like a tunic?
There was a word
jerkin?
for it.
There was a jerkin
A
with...
jerkin.
lost it. A sleeveless vest, which is a jerkin, over a modest doublet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yes.
wouldn't want
It's
one of
the
those.
basic uniform of all the bureaucrats in town.
Amazing. So out of breath, you're walking through the main entryway of the mayor's office. You're almost immediately greeted, almost like they were waiting for you. Your assistant while you are here, Oak is their name. They come over and they're wearing. They are about your size, about kind of that 5'6" to 5'8", a slender build. They're wearing a heavy, like almost corduroy jacket. That is, it's got a nice double lapel. They've got messy black hair, stubble.
Also half elf.
They are also a half elf, and they come running up to you and say, "Oh, Kevlarin, it's great to see you in today. I've got all your paperwork here," and he's carrying a huge stack ready to go. And just, you want me to hand it to you here, or just take it to your office? I'm ready to make sure that we are checking all the books, not overlooking anything. These are the ones that we have to look at today.
Oh, slow down.
Okay.
Slow down.
Okay.
Still catching my breath a little bit after those stairs.
Sorry.
All right, which paperwork?
Your daily. So we're gonna go to your office and we're gonna look over the paperwork, because that's what you're here. You're here to check up on the paperwork, and this is the paperwork that we're allowed to. That we're supposed to look at today.
Okay. Speaking of paperwork,
Yes.
What is going on with Bench?
What do you mean? What's going on with Bench?
Well, I was just down at Brood Awakening.
Yep.
and he's closed for all intents and purposes. And it kind of sounds like the mayor maybe stripped the name off the business as well.
The mayor wouldn't do that without good reason. Perhaps Bench is just owing on some taxes. You know, that's usually what happens when businesses get their licenses revoked, is they haven't been keeping up.
He did say something about taxes, but we just went over that paperwork yesterday and everything looked good.
That was the paperwork we were supposed to look at yesterday. You are correct. Perhaps
we did look at it.
Yeah, we did. We were allowed to look at it yesterday, and it looked all good. So, you know what? Just let me go talk to Nina. Nina knows everything that's going on about these sorts of things, and then we'll get back to you about potential tax increases that may have stripped Bench of their accommodation. I mean, business.
While you're talking to Nina, can you get her to pull the 32 forms on the sculpture outside of the mayor? I'm just kind of curious what that cost.
Oh, that was a gift. That guaranteed.
Oh, well then you filled out the 17 Bs as well then to mark it as a gift.
I'm going to go talk to Nina about that. Get the 17 Bs and the 32 As on the gift and the Rick. I'll be right back.
Just list some bra sizes at this point. Just going to get the 36B. I'll get those 29 double Ds.
Get those double Ds.
You know what? I'm going to go put these in your office. I'm going to go talk to Nina. I'll meet you back in your office, okay? And he zips off down the hall, leaving you standing just kind of in a moment in the middle of this mayor's office. Or not mayor's office, the front entryway. What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't want to go back to like the broom closet that they've got me set up in that has no windows. So maybe I'll take a wander through the mayoral library.
Okay. We see Kevlarin round through this entryway, walk past a giant fountain on his way to the mayoral library, where a big, huge, fuck descriptors.
Where an enormous.
Thank you. Where an enormous door awaits him, pushes it open, and sunlight begins streaming through into this grandiose library. Dumbgeons and Dragons Season 3, Episode 1. And yes, that's the beginning. And we're so excited. This episode starred Amy Moore as Aladdin, Carla Maxted as Bonwyn Everbane, Tom Laird as Kevlarin Goldweave, and Russ Moore as your Dungeon Master. Dialogue editing by Carla Maxted and sound design by Russ Moore. This episode featured music from Epidemic Sound and sound effects from Epidemic Sound, Boom Library, and Sound Ideas. And I can't forget about our new art. That's by Matt Garbutt. You can follow him at ArtMonkeyMG in the places. We'll put a link in the description as well. A huge thank you to our supporting producers: Gabriel Lynch, Jessica Babiak, Kat Waterflame, Jacob Madden, Christian Brown, Craig Zeiss, Barry Mady, Ongeron Kiersen, Old School Gamer D, L.A. Branton, Nathaniel Teeter, Luna, and Aaron. And another thank you to those who gave us names and places and all the great stuff, like today's patrons, Kat Waterflame, who gave us the names Dace, Oak, and Nessa to use in the show, Jonathan Bell, who gave us Bench Ripley, and Twiglets Are Great to Eat, who gave us Thane Bloom, and can't forget French-Canadian Will, who gave us The Brood Awakening. Join us today at patreon.com/dumbdragoncast for so many reasons. Like, I mean, you get to join the community where you get to hang out with all of these amazing people that I've mentioned, and us, the cast. I guess you could do that too. But your support helps us do more things. I mean, the big goal here is to, maybe make this a full-time job where we can just travel around and play games and meet all the cool people that are listening to our show. That would be really awesome. You can join for as little as $5 a month, which gets you access to countless hours of bonus audio. It's like there's another 300 episodes on there of Dungeons Downtime and the exclusive show to Patreon, The Adventures of, which is a show that we do that has I think we're in season 5 or 6 now. It's run by Tom, and Amy, Carla, and I play characters in it. That's how D&D works. But we have that over there too. And did I mention that we want to do live shows? Yeah, we're going to be doing some digital stuff this year where patrons will get in for free. I've rambled for far too long now. We do bloopers at the end, so after I'm done talking here, there'll be a little funny. Sometimes it's a little one, sometimes it's a big one. You don't know until you listen to find out. There's a link tree down in the description. Join us on Discord. Follow us on Instagram where you can keep up with all the funny things that we're doing and where you can get to know us a little bit more and we can get to know you. I've been rambling too long. I'm just excited for the new season to be here, okay? And don't forget to go check out Looters. We mentioned them in the middle. Great show. We're hopefully going to do some guest swapping coming up this season. So keep an ear out for that. Okay, I'm done talking now. Thanks for listening. You have a great week, and we'll talk again real soon. Where we begin to follow our friend Kevlarin. Now, I wrote down a word that is either gold wealth or gold wealth. Is it
Weave. Gold weave.
Son of a bitch. Didn't get it right.
I mean, I thought originally about wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you trying to say?
I don't know. It looked like an LF, and I was like, wealth.
Wealth.
Yeah.
It's wealth.
I'm not the only one who can't read his writing.
Yeah. No. And it was
know it's bad
completely
when your own
legible
writing
right
is
up
like-
until those two letters. It's like, I'll know this. Gold weave.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Dumbgeons and Dragons is a Dumb Dragons production.